Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bulldozer Investing. Today is January 28th, 2021. It is 4:41 p.m. Almost, hour and a half away from futures. So we'll go ahead and talk about what is going on, what's happening, what should we expect, what the markets are doing. Are we going to get a crash? Are we going to get a correction? Are we moving up? So we'll try to answer all those questions. Let's go ahead and first begin with VIX. Okay. I'm going to fix this chart up a little bit and just change the time frame to the last 6 months. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix the time axis, and the time axis changes all the time. It's so weird. Okay. So over here, as we predicted, this yellow box, what happened was the bottom of this daily candle got pretty close. So remember yesterday I said that I was expecting it to hit this area to come down and even hit this trend line right here, which is that basically happened. Now further down I'm expecting it to go to 25, but don't you ever think that just because VIX is falling down, it's because markets are getting corrected. This green candle, okay, this is not normal. You're going from, in one day, 23 to 36. Okay, that's about 60% in one day. Now, every time we had a candle like those, the markets came down slowly and big, but those were the different times, right? The November spike or the October spike came down hard after the earnings season. And then we have the August, right? Came down, got a support, went back up. Came down, got a support, went back up. I believe that VIX is gonna bottom. So the VIX is probably gonna bottom out around 23, 24, and it's gonna start doing its curling bottom. If we look at this in a shorter period of time, like 4 hours, okay, you see this rounding bottom. Okay, I think it's gonna form an inverse head and shoulder. This is the first shoulder. This is the head, and the shoulder is going to be built upon something like this, like going through 25, 24, and then we're just going to go see a huge to the upside. At least to 45, 50, I think that's what I'm expecting. If you even draw a simple, pattern here, just a channel, something like this can even dictate where you're going, okay? So the next move down could easily be around 25 on the VIX and then spike up. That's VIX. Let's talk about SPY. I don't even know if the market and SPY just trades apart from each other. I know, S&P has 500 stocks and I don't follow all of them. So I don't know if their move actually reflects. But this is totally not normal, guys. We went up like over 1.5%, and then we came down to 0.86%. We just basically, what happened here on the 4 hours is we hit the cloud top and came back, and then once we came back, it kind of got stopped around 9-day moving average. Okay, so that's not what I'm seeing here. Is that SPY will be volatile. However, I don't expect SPY to move much from here. I would say that the most upside I can see is 392 levels. I'm going to get to that in a second. And let me see right here. We went on the daily. So the 391.67 is, I think, where we're going, and then we'll see some correction. Because I know the government and Fed wants to support, and I think you should not give up on SPY as long as the government is behind it. But when institutions mess up and they have limited and they leverage to death, we as retailers, we only get leveraged like 100% almost. So we're going to go ahead and check out how we can top. So quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take a screenshot off of here. Okay. And this is the SPY. And I'll show you how the rounding, like how to basically guesstimate. Like we're just going to basically guess it. But usually when I see tops, you'll have something like this. Okay. So if we go ahead and hit here, the 385, come back, hit, now that's when you run. Okay. I'm going to show you a sample of how that works. If we go back to, let's say, I need more than a year, so let's do 3 years weekly, or let's do this daily. Okay, and let's go ahead and do this. So we'll have to go ahead and look at this example. Let me take a picture of it. I know, I mean, the times are different. That was like the coronavirus sell-off, but what I meant is like when you have a huge correction, you'll always see this rounding top. Okay, just as opposite of rounding bottom. Okay, now I don't know if we just live through this and then like go to 392s and test. So we're at, like, let's say this is 385, right? We go back down the 370s, go back up the 392s, and then have round top and then crash. Now, when you see volume like this, okay, that indicates a crash, and all the moving averages turn bearish right around here. But when you try to short the market, then you get a bounce, technical bounce, and then go harder. Okay. So we'll go ahead and check out. Now I could do this all on fibs, like how the technical bounce occurs and everything, but it's not our point right here. Our point is that we're just gonna assume that market might pick up and Fed might push it, and we might come around 390s, 392s. But I just don't know if how long the market can go. The very most top where I never buy puts, but I'll start buying puts around 403. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. So we're not there yet. We'll see. Our next stock is Apple. Now, a lot of people are going to be shocked, and I kind of said this for Tesla. I didn't think that Apple will be this way, but regardless, I was kind of surprised to see that Apple had no action, but I wasn't really surprised to see that it's going to get a support at the fib level and the 9-day moving average where both meets up. Now, if you ask me if this is a good time to buy call options or what, like I don't usually respond to anybody who says, can I get into this option, this expiration, can I buy this, where is a good place to average. I'm not like a financial advisor, so don't ask me. Only just listen to my videos, watch what I'm charting. You can request charting, but I can't tell you where to buy, where to sell, where to average down. I'm not an advisor. I can't even manage my own trades. How can I help you guys, right? So let's do this. I would say that this would be a good opportunity to try your luck. If not, it'll fill the gap and sit around the 20-day moving average, which is 133. Now, with markets being so volatile, and Apple can go 4%, 5% in a day, and it could drop like this, okay? We will see, because this selling volume is apparently there's a good selling. Now I usually call the market if how I do things with the market tops are if Apple is also doing, you see the surrounding top, I have to zoom in, but that's what happened to Apple and SPY at the same time. Now here I don't think I mean I'm still thinking I'm bullish on Apple. It's just that I don't know how far Apple will get another correction. So in order to do that, we can maybe do like a retracement. If we think this is the lowest point, yeah, I mean, you can buy Apple if you're going long. I think that's another area to watch for. I'm going to zoom in and fix the box in a bit. Okay. And let me delete this. All right, so next stock I'm going to go ahead and do is Corsair. This was another request. Now Corsair is sitting right on the support of the fib line right here. I think it closed above it. Now this is a name that it's an investment. Like you don't trade this as an investment. You just buy and forget and just wait for the earnings as well. I believe that it could go up to $52. Now if you go all in, like remember I said I'm gambling, I'm going all in on Fubo plus margin. What I basically did is destroyed all the earnings. So we had like 107%. We have like 5%, 6%. So don't do things like that, because this is like a fun account that I've created for myself. So this is not something that you would do, but it has a high percentage of short float and also low float shares, 90% institutional ownership. So you just want to buy and accumulate and collect this name over time. But my target would be eventually 52. Okay. One more. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go over, a lot of people would wonder what's going on with Tesla, so I'm going to review Tesla. Whenever you think Tesla is breaking down, that's when it comes back up. It is funny how it's just sitting, this pitchfork that we did, it's funny how, I'm not sure if we're getting lucky with this, but it's mathematical and computers trade by all these things, right? So it hit the trend line that we just basically drew and closed right above the 20-day moving average. Now it's a good sign, but I don't like the daily MACD has been extended to overbought levels so for such a long amount of time that we don't know. And it was a breakout, that's what I liked, but when it came back down, I could say Tesla, there's a couple levels here. Okay, Tesla can, if the selling continues, Tesla can go see here, and Tesla can go see these levels. Okay, I just want you to watch out for that. I don't think the selling will continue, because then it will also make SPY drop, and the market is watching out for that. So we're not going to probably see Tesla moving wildly anymore, because it's included in S&P. But obviously it's overextended. It broke above this pennant, came back down, got a support on 20. So if it goes upwards, my ultimate target was 919, 920 area. Okay, 921. So if it goes up from here, we're going to see 921, the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario here is the first stop will be 778, and then 719 would be my most bearish scenario. Okay. Now, of course, it's news. Like you're not going to see constant targeted selling on Tesla, but if the market drops, then this will be one of the first stocks to drop, because it's it's been going up so much, and it seems like, I don't know if it's overvalued or not, because you can argue in both case scenarios, and depends on how you look at it. Elon Musk said, well, if you include like robotic taxis that Teslas can be, then the price point is justified. So I don't know which way you look to justify the valuation of Tesla, and I don't really care what valuation it is. I'm just trading it on the chart. Bearish scenario 778, bullish scenario 921. Okay. Facebook, I did talk about today. I charted it, and obviously what happened is it got rejected on this technical trend line that we drew. Hit there, came back. I don't know if it's supported by the 9-day moving average. No, it even went and it touched a 20-day moving average on the daily. I believe that there's a gap here. It might test. By the way, the earnings were not bad at all. It's just that it's not getting the love from the street anymore. And if this is a megaphone, if we consider this as a megaphone, okay, something like this, and Facebook can drop even more, all the way down to 230. So we have to watch and see what happens. I would say the technical support, like if you're looking for a support, it's going to be this gap right here, or the bottom, like the bottom of the VIX right here. So you see this support, 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 support. So it could get supported around 263. Let's see what's going to happen. I mean, this is a name that it moves up and down, but it hasn't been over 300. It's just testing new waters, and it couldn't break all-time highs like Tesla and other names. Like, you know, Apple couldn't either. It tried multiple amount of times. So I'm wondering if, you know, and Amazon and, you know, Netflix did, I think. I have to take a look at it if Netflix did, but Facebook has not been able to break above this pennant, if you say it's a pennant, which I would think it is. I don't know if it's going to test 243 for the triple bottom. We have to see. Something that I really can't know why the street doesn't like this company. Maybe it has a beef with Apple with the privacy issues, and it's just not going through. Sometimes, you know, group of investors, and I mean, this is again, you could consider this as a conspiracy theory, but institutions, when they don't get love in institutions and these big boys, you know, decide to sell or buy certain things, or they have beef with CEOs or company, they'll sell it, you know. So I think that's what's going on here. I'm going to cover Fubo. So today I kind of tweeted stuff. I said it is going to go up, but then I gave the bearish scenario as well, because we have to be technical. We cannot be emotional, right? So it basically hit and went underneath, and it kind of got supported. I think it's, what is it trading at? 470, 490, 40, 70, 40, 90. Worst case scenario, we can hit, you know, 38.14, which will be the bottom, and pick up. I think it's going to test 46, 47, then 49.5, which had tested it twice today. Now, don't forget, this is the hourly chart. My strategy, so again, you know, I'm not, you know, afraid of sharing what I lose or what I gain, right? So guys, we went down big. So the 3 months, and I remember when I tweeted, I said we're up 16. I think at one point I was up like 18K. So we were like 120% on 3 months. So I'm doing a crazy move. Either we're going to make another, you know, 100% in a week, or we're just going to go down and give away everything. So I knew my chances, and I basically gave away everything, just like here. Oh, well, I think we're going to build another bottom and then eventually go up. So right now we're up only 705% within the last 3 months. So this teaches you, when you do YOLO, you're either going to risk the money that you're willing to lose, or you're going to eventually make it big. But you have to, you know, consider that. Now, what I did is I had to cut out my margin, so I'm only playing with house money, or my own money, no house money anymore. So we're going to go ahead and not use margin unless, and I'm going to keep on averaging Fubo even till earnings. We're just going to stick with it. I might do more due diligence on the company to see if it has a future. I know Puru Saxena on Twitter. Definitely follow him. So I'll just go ahead and pull his page as well. He's one of the believers in Fubo. He's invested in it. So let's see. Yeah, I didn't go in because he went in. It's just that he's well known in Twitter community, and I just thought that I'll share it, that he believes, he's done his own research, and he's a lot more professional than I am. That's his job, you know. So he believes in the company. That's a good sign. But always got to do our own due diligence, and I'm happy to say we did wipe all our gains, and which I tweeted. I'm doing something crazy, so don't follow me. On this trade, so what is my strategy? I will sell this stock at 85 bucks. Okay. Or around $80. Okay, that's my target. Now, how can it get there, or will it get there? Or just because I said 85, don't buy the stock because you think it's going to go to 85. No, this is my personal target. I can stick with it till $32. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep on averaging every month. So now that means that the 15K or 14.9K that we originally added will keep increasing. So our, own money value is going to increase. So instead of funding my own account on the 401K, now I'm just going to go ahead and try to average down or try to buy more as it dips. Don't use margin. I'm not going to use margin this time, and see what it goes. So if your overall account is about 15K, you're even with me. If you're way above 15K, don't worry about doing what we're doing, because we're doing it with little money. I believe that this could be a double bottom. So there's bottom, top, bottom. So if you simply do an extension from this bottom, top, and another bottom right here, we could test 44, 45, and then eventually everything is just calling out this level of 49, 49. We'll see if we get there. Okay. So that's all for today. What I wanted to conclude was that the markets are very tricky. I'm not going to try to call the top, but I'm watching very carefully. And at this point, I am going to be a long-term, just like Palantir, I'm going to be a long-term investor in Fubo now. But I believe that if the earnings come out good, or even if it goes to 65 till earnings, I am going to hold this name, and my target for this one is going to be $70. Okay. My target for this one, right around end of February, within a month, I am guessing $70 around there. Okay. So that's my goal. That's all I gotta say. I kept it short today. So good night, guys. Safe trading, and always watch out for the markets, because I feel like the water is boiling and we gotta be careful. Okay. Good night, guys.